This is for business tax extensions. You have to file the extension if you're not going to be able to file on time by March 15th. If you are a C corporation, you have to file an extension by April 15th. It is important to note that a tax deadline falling on a weekend or on a holiday is moved to the next business day. So if March 15th was a Saturday, the next business day will be the following Monday, which would be March 17th. You have to fill out the name of the business, the address, your EIN number, and put the form code on line 1. If you're a partnership, you use form 1065. That code is 09. If you are a C corporation, the form code from 1120C is form 34. If you are an S corporation, the form that you normally would file is an 1120S. The form code for that is 25. Moving on to part 2. If you are a foreign corporation and you do not have an office or a place of business in the United States, you leave this blank. Number 3, if the organization is a corporation and it has a group with consolidated returns, then you check this box. If it's not, you leave it blank. If you're an organization that is on U.S. territory, Puerto Rico, Guam, or U.S. Virgin Islands, you check that box for number 4. If you're not, you leave it blank. Right. Number 5, the application is for the year of your business, not the year you're actually filing it. So it's either you put the full year or you put the start date and the end date. If this is the first year of your business and you only have maybe 3 months or 5 months, or maybe you started January 15th, put the start date to the end date for that new business that you have. And then you mark this as initial return. Okay. Now, moving on to line 6, 7, and 8. If you are a partnership or an S corporation, you are a pass-through entity, meaning you just file tax returns for the business. You do not pay taxes on the business until you file your own personal tax return. If that's the case, you will put a 0 for the taxes on line 6, 7, and 8. Okay? If you are a C corporation, you have to estimate number 6 because a C corporation files and pays taxes on the business tax return. Line 6 is an estimate of how much your taxes will be based on your numbers for the year, your income and expenses. Line 7 is the total payments that you've already sent into the IRS this year in regards to the estimated taxes that you owed. Line 8 is the balances due that you have not yet paid based on the estimate and the payments that you're supposed to have made. Line 8 is supposed to be paid by the tax due date. Even if you're using this form 7004 to extend your tax filing deadline, it does not extend the time that you're supposed to pay taxes. There's never an extension on time to pay taxes. You only get an extension on time to file the taxes. All right? Okay. You must always have proof of a postmark. If you're mailing this out because you're running late or you don't have a way to e-file, never let that stop you. You need to avoid the failure to pay penalty and failure to file penalty at all costs. You can avoid it by making sure you put it in the mail and get a proof of the postmark. The date that the United States postmark stamps it is the date that is considered that it is delivered, and therefore it is considered timely filed. If it's a weekend or a holiday, that will mean the next business day from March 15th or April 15th. It could be either certified mail or return receipt. You want to show proof that it was delivered and postmarked that day. Keep your proof and a copy of the extension. Okay? Balance due applies only to C corporation. If a balance is due, you have to send the checks to the address. Now, where do you mail this? Depending on the entity that you are, I'll put the link in the description of the video below. You have to look at the form number, meaning what form do you normally file for your taxes? 1120S is an S corporation. Where you mail it depends on your state. If you're in this top states right here and your assets are less than 10 million, total assets, it goes to this address. If you are a 1065 or 1120S and you stay in any of these states, regardless of the assets, it goes to this address. Now, if you are an 1120C, which is a C corporation, and you're in the United States, it goes to this address. If you're in a foreign country or U.S. possession, this is where it goes. Okay? So the link to the video will give you additional help and also tells you where to mail it. Thank you. I hope you found this video useful.